Welcome to the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Before we get started with our presentations, just a few quick housekeeping items to go over. The first is that attendees are welcome and encouraged to ask questions to any of the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. You can pose your question to a specific panelist, or you can ask a general question to any and all of the panelists. Also, just a reminder that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. But without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first panelist, which will be Emerson College.
Hello, everybody. My name is Adriana Guida. I am the admission representative from Emerson, who works with all students from Virginia. So I wanted to just say a quick hello before we get started. I'm going to tell you some basics about Emerson, and then certainly would be happy to answer any questions you might have, and I'll toss my contact info in the chat at the end. So there's a few things you should know about Emerson. I'll let you peruse these particular facts, but there's a couple of things I like to highlight. So the first thing that you need to know about Emerson is that we are a communication and arts school. I'll show you our majors in a moment, but just keep in mind that if you're interested in one of those two areas, then great, you should definitely keep considering us. If you know that you're interested in a field in something like STEM or medicine, we might not be the best fit for that. And we're good with being upfront about that. So I like to toss that out right away, so you know whether or not you should keep perusing or keep going. We are also a liberal arts school. So we mix really hands-on, involved instruction in our majors with the liberal arts. And we'll look at that in a second as well. And then the last big thing that you should know right off the bat is that our main campus is in downtown Boston. So if you want to go to school in the middle of a city, we're a great option for that. We're located in one area, which is really great. So you don't even have to hop on public transit to reach everything Emerson, but we are downtown. So you get a unique city experience along with, you know, a traditional college campus in the sense that we still have everything you would expect to find on a campus. Now, just to give you a quick look at our liberal arts, we have some communication classes that every student takes, because in our view, every student should be able to write and speak effectively. And then we also have our students take classes in those different perspectives categories. So to us, these are our general education requirements, essentially. So you can expect as a student to take a class in each one of these areas. We also do have an honors program. So if you're looking to add an extra oomph, essentially, to the liberal arts side of your education, we have an honors program that offers you that little bit extra that you can be considered for. Now, I wanted to show you our majors as well, and I like to show all of them because we have a pretty specific selection. Even though there's a lot you can do within these programs, I like you to know what we have to offer. So you'll see on our School of Communication side, we have things like speech pathology and audiology within our Communication Sciences and Disorders program, a Business for the Arts degree in Business of Creative Enterprises, journalism, marketing, as well as a whole suite of communication options, whether that be just general communication, politics or nonprofit work, sports, or public relations. And we'll get back to these global options in just a second. On the flip side, in our School of the Arts, we have a number of different options here as well. If you're interested in comedy, we have a degree for that. We also have 9 different performing arts majors, whether you're somebody interested in being on, off, or backstage. We have media options, whether you're more of a hands-off person and you like media criticism or entertainment law, or maybe you're a hands-on person and you want to be involved in producing media like film, television, photography, animation, sound, really any of those areas. You can find that within our media art production program. And then finally, we have a writing, literature, and publishing program, essentially our spin on an English degree, where you cover each of those 3 areas. And you could focus on writing, or you could focus on the lit or publishing. We do also have these interdisciplinary options. So we recently welcomed a lot of the community from Longwood College in Vermont. And with that, we absorbed some of their interdisciplinary approach to learning. So if you want to create your own major, we have a couple of options for that. The IDS option you can apply directly to as a freshman, and that mixes a major with our liberal arts. Or once you're at Emerson, you can combine 2 or more majors in the IDIP option. And then the last couple of options I want to show you really quick, if you want to do more than just study abroad for say like a semester, you want study abroad to be integrated directly into your major. We have a few different options for those. So you'll notice that we offer specific degrees in 3 different locations. I'm happy to talk to anybody more about those specifically. Each has its own little quirks and its positives that go along with it. So I'm happy to chat more about those. And then finally, we want you to stay connected with us. So as I mentioned at the beginning, and I'll make sure to send in the chat in just a moment, I am your contact person. So please feel free to reach out to me by phone or email. You can also find us online, of course. And then if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can use that code in the bottom right on your application if you're applying, say, next year, and you can use that for a fee waiver. So that only touches the surface. I'm happy to jump more into the majors that we offer, other things like our student organizations or study abroad. But for now, I will turn things back over to my colleagues. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Emerson. And just a reminder to anybody who recently joined us, please do feel free to ask any questions you may have to any of the panelists utilizing the Q&A feature. But up next is Bloomsburg University of Pennsylvania. Andy, you may be on mute there.
Because the PowerPoint tends to freeze for students when I have it on. So let's delve right in. We're one of the largest public universities in Northeastern Pennsylvania. But on the same note, we're a mid-sized public university at 9,000 students. We have 250 plus clubs and growing. So students start clubs at our university. Of course, there's a process to do that. And we have 76,000 alumni growing. So we hope to add to that with you. So I'm going to show you some photos of campus, including our iconic Husky statue and Carver Hall on the first slide. There you can see Carver Hall, one of our iconic buildings at Bloomsburg University. We have 5 different colleges. So I want to highlight our College of Science and Technology. I'm not going to name all the majors within our College of Science and Technology in the interest of time. So we have audiology and speech pathology, biology, so that could include ecology, molecular biology, natural history, pre-medical sciences, chemistry. So we have biochemistry, nanotechnology, physician preparation. We also have very popular computer science, as well as very popular digital forensics, electronics, engineering, technology, another popular major, environmental, geographical, and geological sciences. So that could include geology, environmental geoscience. We also have exercise science, which is, again, is very popular undergraduate and graduate program. We have also a graduate program with that at Bloomsburg University. We have health physics, health sciences, so pre-pharmacy, pre-PT, pre-physician assistants, medical lab science, mathematics, medical imaging, our very popular nursing major at Bloomsburg University. So again, there are some different options for our students. And you can see as well our 5 different colleges and our number of majors. So we have a lot of variety at Bloomsburg University. So I'm showing you some classroom space on this slide. Bottom left photo is our chemistry, one of our chemistry labs. Bottom middle photo is our exercise science. You can see some of our other classroom space at the university. So all of our buildings have Wi-Fi, both indoors and outside on the academic quad and spaces as well in the residence facilities for our students. So Bloomsburg is on a hill. And it's Bloomsburg University is located in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, which has been recognized as one of the only incorporated towns in the state of Pennsylvania. So Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania has been recognized as that. So we have many quaint local shops. We have national retail chains, as well as national fast casual, fast food restaurants, in addition to local businesses and local restaurants throughout the downtown district. So you can see Carver Hall, or academic quad, where all your classes are centralized at Bloomsburg University. So all your classes will be on the academic quad if you choose to come to Bloomsburg. So very centralized and easy to get from class to class at our university. And then our library building. And then bottom photos, you can see our athletic facilities, some of our apartment complexes in the top left. Our middle photo at the bottom is our Greenlee, or Alumni Center downtown. And then I'm showing some of our life residences. So all of our residences in this terms of the students' rooms are slated to have AC by fall of 2021. We have suite style, we have traditional residence style, and then we also have apartment style in terms of our residences. And we provide students a fridge and microwave in each room. And here you can see some photos of a traditional residence style at Bloomsburg University. Again, remember, by fall, all are slated to have AC. And you can see one of our suite style in the bottom left photo, and the top middle is an example of apartment style at Bloomsburg University. We have 16 plus dining options. So this is our example of buffet style at Bloomsburg University. Another example is we have different fast food and fast casual that are nationally recognized chains. We have multiple of them. In terms of multiple chain fast food, fast casual restaurants that many individuals may recognize the name in terms of our dining options. We have 250 plus clubs and growing. We also have a student rec center on campus with a cardio weight room, indoor rock walls, basketball courts, an indoor track, squash courts, a dance studio in it. We also provide students a personal trainer that they can choose to sign up with if they choose 2 times a week. That's included in our students' fees. We're D2 athletics, Division I men's wrestling, and here are some examples of athletics. And that's an example of our upper campus athletic facilities at the university. I want to refer you in terms of to admissions.bloomu.edu. I'll put it in the chat, admissions.bloomu.edu. That's in terms of how to apply to Bloomsburg University. We are rolling admissions. With the exception of nursing, we do have a deadline of November 15th. So admissions.bloomu.edu. That would also include our up-to-date cost information. And this is some different examples in terms of GPA, in terms of an average GPA for a first-year student, in addition to SAT. Remember, we are SAT, ACT test optional. We do have virtual visit options as well, and there's how to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Bloomsburg. Up next will be Brock University.
Awesome, thank you. So you should be able to hear me and see my screen. So hi everyone, and thank you for watching. My name is Karen Dancy, and I'm an International Recruitment Officer with Brock University and your regional representative. I'm also a proud 2-time alumna of Brock, so I am always happy to speak further about the Brock experience. My email's on the screen, but I'll also put it in the chat box should you want to follow up following the presentation. So a little bit of information about Brock. We are a public mid-sized Canadian university with just over 19,000 students and more than 100 different countries represented on campus. 13% of our student body are students from outside of Canada, and Brock University does offer over 100 different programs across 7 diverse faculties with 40 co-op options available. While Brock does have the resources and benefits of a larger school, we do still operate on the seminar system, which allows our students to benefit from the small class sizes in their tutorial seminars and labs every week. So here is a map of Canada. You can find Brock in Southern Ontario, close to the New York border, and only about a 20-minute drive away from the Niagara Falls and 60 minutes from Toronto. Brock's campus is located in the city of St. Catharines, which has about 160,000 residents and is ranked one of the safest and warmest cities in Canada. So I did just briefly want to mention some of the benefits of studying in Canada. So all of our degrees are accepted worldwide, including back in the US, should you want to return for work or postgraduate studies. We are also an affordable option for high quality education. So Brock's tuition is around $22,000 per year, and we do accept FAFSA if you qualify. You are also able to work as an international student in Canada while you study. So you can see a photo of our beautiful main campus. So we are located on top of the Niagara Escarpment. We are the only university in North America located on a UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve. The aerial photo shows our entire main campus, including our residence buildings. All of our residences are right on campus, just a few steps away from our academic and athletic buildings. It does take about 10 to 15 minutes to walk from one side of campus to the other. And we are the site for the Canada Summer Games. So we are opening a brand new track and field sporting facility this year. So we did ask all of our international students why they decided to choose Brock out of all the global post-secondary options. So as you can see, the top 5 reasons are on the screen. Brock does offer a safe and affordable option. In comparison to living in Toronto, a 1-bedroom apartment is approximately 67% less expensive. As I mentioned earlier, Brock is a larger university with the benefits of a smaller school. So we do offer personalized international student support. So you are able to take part in transitional and ongoing academic, language, and social programming. We have been ranked #1 in all of Canada for our mental health support services for 3 years in a row, and #2 for overall student satisfaction. So Brock does put a lot of effort and resources into our student services to ensure that you are equipped to succeed. We also do offer experiential education in 100% of our programs. So this can range from field courses to global internships to paid co-op work terms, and is one of the reasons why our Brock graduates enjoy one of the highest rates of postgraduate employment in all of Canada, with 96.5% finding work after graduating. We do also offer 2 Program Plus enhanced degree offerings for students interested in later pursuing a career in medicine or law. These are our Med Plus and our Law Plus enhanced degree offerings. So we do have over 70 different undergraduate programs and 49 graduate programs. These are in our faculties of Applied Health Sciences, Business, Education, Humanities, Fine and Performing Arts, Math and Science, and Social Science. And as I said, we do have 40 co-op programs. So co-op is the opportunity to get paid relevant work experience during your studies. Our co-op students get a minimum of 12 months of paid work experience. Any program listed on the screen with the blue dot means that it is an official co-op program. So I do want to briefly speak about our admissions process, as it is a little bit different than the US. So first off, we will never require the SAT or ACT. We also do not require references or personal essays for most undergraduate programs. So these are typically only required if you do decide to apply to select optional scholarships. Our undergraduate admissions is primarily based on your academic average, and we do offer guaranteed entrance scholarships to students with the equivalent of an A- or higher in their admissions average. So at Brock, we do offer rolling admissions, except for nursing, which the deadline is February for, but we are currently accepting applications for September 2021 for most programs. You can apply directly at brocku.ca, and the application process is done completely online. We also do offer start dates in January and May of each year for most programs. All of our program requirements are transparently listed on each program website, and that can be accessed at www.brocku.ca/programs. I'll also put that link in the chat. All of our Brock students do also have access to an academic advisor throughout their time at Brock. So advisors can help you determine your academic plan, and they can help you with your course planning. So I find one of the best ways to get a sense of a school community is to check us out on social media. So we have 2 social media accounts. Our main account is at Brock University, and our other international account is at BrockU INTL. You can also take a virtual tour of our campus, and that's available at uvisit.com/tour/Brock. And lastly, if you did see anything that interested you, or if you want more information on studying in Canada, scan the QR code and we can book a one-on-one call to speak more about the different programs, or you can email me. Once again, my name is Karen Dancy, and my email is kdancy@brocku.ca. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Brock University. Now we're going to transition to the second half of our presentations. And up next is Salve Regina University.
Excellent, thank you. And hello, everybody. My name is Dave Fairchild, and I'm the admissions counselor at Salve Regina University that works with all of our students from Virginia. I also lost my screen there, sorry about that. I want to take you through some of the main things that differentiate Salve from some universities and talk about the location and the programs that we offer here. So Salve is a small Catholic liberal arts university located in Newport, Rhode Island. We're well known for our location, Newport being a world-renowned travel spot, home to famous festivals, incredible jewels of American history, and known as a colonial city. Our campus is in the photo on the right there, that aerial photo showing the two mansions in the academic building on the left is our main campus. Our undergraduates live on campus for 3 years in this area of Newport, right along the Cliff Walk and the Atlantic Ocean. If you're coming from Virginia, just for some reference, we are kind of in the bottom right corner of New England. We're about an hour and a half south of Boston, about 35 to 40 minutes south of Providence, and a couple of hours north from New York. Though we are a small college, we have about 2,100 undergraduates. Our students come from all over the US and the world. Over 85% of our students are from out of state, out of Rhode Island, and a majority of our students do come from New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and the Mid-Atlantic area. Our students come from 40 different states and 20 different countries. So no matter where you're coming from, there's something to do either on Aquidneck Island in the city of Newport or throughout our campus. I do also want to point out that the city of Newport was founded back in the 1600s. So we have a really storied history that comes to life through festivals and the sailing culture that I'll talk a little bit, and you can get a glimpse of that on the left there. Every student that comes to Salve knows that we are a university founded by the Sisters of Mercy. The Sisters of Mercy have a very clear mission statement for students at Salve that advocates for all people. And though we are a Catholic institution, we welcome people of all faith. Every Salve student is charged with the idea to seek wisdom and promote universal justice. And we do this through our 5 critical concerns, which are earth, immigration, nonviolence, the combat of racism, and the empowerment of women. And so every year, Salve focuses on a new critical concern. Our student organizations and the spaces on campus are related to these concerns. And if you are somebody that enjoys community service and service learning, even if you are not a Catholic student, you will find plenty to do on campus. We do have a chapel that offers Catholic Mass every day and twice on the weekend so that students can have faith-based services on campus. But again, the mission statement is the main charge of our students at Salve across all of the programs that we offer. And with that in mind, I do want to talk about the academic experience at Salve. We have over 50 academic programs. These are all of our undergraduate programs currently. I will talk more generally that our classes are designed to be engaging. Our largest class at Salve Regina is 35 students. So you will never be in a lecture hall taking a normal class. On average, it's more like 18 students in a classroom. So no matter which program in this screen you're most interested in, the focus is that you'll have a discussion-based and active service learning education. Our students are really advocates for themselves, and they're able to go into the city of Newport and across the state of Rhode Island to take part in many experiential learning opportunities. We're well known for our nursing program, which is a direct entry program, as well as some of our combined bachelor's and master's programs, such as our psychology program and applied behavioral analysis, which is one of the only 5-year ABA programs in the US currently for students interested in psychology. And with those experiential learning opportunities I mentioned, our students are really able to get their hands dirty. These are 3 of my favorite programs. Our sciences like chemistry, biochemistry, and biology are able to do research right on our campus, including living in Newport for the summer as paid research assistants. The goal in any program is that you do research, have an internship, have some sort of real world experience before you graduate as a requirement. We also have a very unique program through our performing and visual arts. We have a full bachelor's in dance, studio art, theater arts. And we also have one of our most unique programs is this one on the right, our cultural and historic preservation program. Newport is a living laboratory for historic preservation. So if you're interested in museum science, in the chemistry of preservation, in adaptive reuse of old spaces as something new, this program allows students to take advantage of all of the beauty and history in Newport as they learn that field. In addition to all the things going on in the classroom and in the city, our campus life is thriving. We have over 60 clubs and organizations at Salve. We're Division III NCAA varsity athletics with 20 different competitive teams. We also have some nationally ranked athletic teams. Our sailing team competes outside of those divisions, so they travel across the country to compete. Narragansett Bay is a beautiful place to go sailing. We also have a nationally ranked rugby team. Both men's and women's teams have won small college rugby championships. And our men's hockey team went to the NCAA national championships a few years ago. So it's the competitive environment, but as a D3 institution, our students are athletes and students, not just one or the other. And with that, the opportunities that come to Newport and to Salve are really varied, whether it be service, active living and being active on the cliff walk or going to the beach, or just getting to see some of the wonderful speakers that we have come to campus. Our students have a busy schedule at Salve. So with 2,100 students, it's a very unique opportunity to take advantage of people that you've really gotten to know well, and that you are able to run clubs and organizations and really meet the speakers that come to campus as well in a small controlled environment. With the application process, we do have a very basic common application. An important note is that we are SAT and ACT optional, and our early action 1 deadline of November 1st is required for nursing students, so please keep that in mind. And with that, I thank you for your time. One thing I would recommend is this April 18th is that we do have a virtual online open house. It's on our website, salve.edu/visit, along with all of our other virtual visit opportunities. So please visit us there and feel free to email me if you have any questions about Salve.
Thank you very much, Salve. Our next presenter comes from Kenyon College.
Right. There we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Anthony Dean. I'm an admissions counselor here at Kenyon College, and I'm super excited to be able to share with you a little bit about Kenyon. So located in Central Ohio, this is one of the most iconic parts of campus. And so to dive right in, we'll get a little bit of kind of background. So we are located in Gambier, Ohio, with about a student population of about 1,700 students. And we are 100% residential. So all students will live on campus all 4 years. We do have a first year quad designated for our first years. And then otherwise we have a lot of apartment style, suite style residence halls for students to choose through sophomore all the way up to their senior year. But what I want to really point out here is Middle Path. Middle Path, I think, really brings campus all together as a great physical representation of the kind of community that we have at Kenyon. We have students coming from all different backgrounds, all different interests, sharing one space, yet it very much is tying the community together, and just a great physical representation of that kind of neighboring feel that Kenyon has. So to jump into a little bit of the classroom, we like to say that 15 is the magic number. And so 15 is your average class size, whether that be in the sciences or in the social sciences, humanities, or the arts, our 4 academic domains. And so intermediate and advanced level courses will be a little bit smaller, and then our intro level courses will be a little bit larger. And so the max is roughly about 40. But overall, you get to have that kind of roundtable discussion with your professors and with each other as well. Not only being able to be challenged, but also challenge one another, and having your professor also feel more like a colleague rather than just a professor, kind of like a peer. And so to give you a little bit of overview of some of the things that we offer, it goes anywhere from the 4 academic domains, social sciences, sciences, humanities, and the arts, and some of our pre-professional advising programs as well. And so it allows students to have, dig their heels into a little bit of the messiness that is learning, and allows them to kind of branch out in different divisions of academia that they may not have had the opportunity to do before college. And so oftentimes I get questions from students saying that when it comes to graduation requirements and going through all 4 years, is there someone to kind of help them out? And so we actually pair students with a faculty advisor upon arriving at Kenyon. And so that certainly is an incredible opportunity for students to have someone not only there as an academic support, but also as a personal support and an emotional support as well, which we find that is also a key factor in our success at Kenyon Kenyon and in our community. Also another research opportunity at Kenyon is that we do have the Summer Scholars Program, an incredible opportunity for students to be invited to campus, working one-on-one with a professor and even maybe another peer on a research proposal that they have made and that they have full autonomy with, and one that is also fully funded as well in all of the different academic domains that we offer on campus. And so overall, we're known to be the Writers College. However, that's not the only thing that we offer. So certainly you will write in all humanities courses and science courses, learning how to write within those different academic domains. However, it definitely does show students really the power of communication through writing. We like to say that good writing is good thinking, and that certainly is evident in all of our classroom curriculum and overall in all courses at Kenyon. So this kind of gives you just a little bit of example of some of the great alum that have come through as writers as well. But overall, 89% of our students graduate within 4 years, and 98% of students applying to graduate school are accepted to one of the top 3 choices that they have applied to. So great preparation, and students get to feel so accomplished, just like this guy shaking President Decatur's hand upon graduation day, knowing that he's well prepared for whatever lies ahead after Kenyon. So overall, we have 2 rounds of early decision, ED1 and ED2, and then 1 round of regular decision as well. And I also put an exclamation point at the end of this sentence. We meet 100% of demonstrated need. Kenyon actually graduates the most amount of students with the least amount of debt in the state of Ohio. And so we are very proud of that and being able to make that promise for our students, not only in the classroom, in their extracurriculars, in their overall growth, but also financially as well. And so that will travel with students if they also choose to study abroad in some of our off-campus study programs as well. But overall, that's what I have for you here. My name is Anthony Dean again, and you can find more information on the website and take advantage of some of our virtual options as well on the website. So thank you. I'll pass it along.
Thank you very much, Kenyon. And yes, moving along, up next, we have our final presenter, Longwood University.
I always forget to unmute, but thank you so much. First, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Serena Hartman. I'm the Associate Director of Recruitment here at Longwood University. I also graduated from Longwood in 2016, so I like to think I'm still pretty hip, and I know the inside perspective as well. But for those of you who maybe aren't super familiar, we are a small to mid-sized campus of about 5,000 undergraduate students, about 700 graduate students. We are a public 4-year liberal arts school in Central Virginia. So the town is called Farmville, but don't let that deter you. It is absolutely beautiful, a very quaint town. Actually, one of the students in one of our in-person panels recently actually said that it was one of the hidden gems of Virginia, and I absolutely loved it. So I think that's a great way to describe it. We really focus in that smaller class size because it is super important to us to have that that connection, not only with your peers, but your professors and, other people on campus as well. So our average class size, like I said, is about 18 students. You won't have any classes, over, I think, 45. We have 97 fall class sizes. Is super important to us. About 25% of our university identifies as being ethnically diverse. So we're always working on, connectivity, diversity, inclusion, and things like that. We were founded as an all-female school back in 1839. So we are 70% female to about 30% male, but we do have an all-male school down the road, which we're competing with, but we do have a good ratio on campus. We represent about 20 different countries with our students and things of that nature, and we have over 100 different areas of study. So we're mainly known for education, since we were founded as a school for education back in the day. So we are very prominent in education, whether it is, elementary, middle education, secondary education in a specific program, or even, special education, physical education, K-12, things like that. So we have that as a big program. Psychology, criminal justice are 2 of our other large ones, along with business and our direct entry nursing program. So that means that our nursing program accepts students as freshmen. So you'll start, sitting in those clinicals and starting your nursing classes freshman year. So that's very, very popular. We also have an awesome STEM program that we are currently growing, especially if you are a junior currently. We have a program called Life STEM, which is going to offer some very hefty scholarships for individuals in those STEM fields, which is exciting. It's something that we look forward to. All right, on this next slide, you'll see a little bit about our Lancer life. So we are a tight-knit community and we are Division I, which is super exciting for being a small school. We're Division I in athletics, part of the Big South Conference. We have 8 women's sports and 6 men's sports that compete at the Division I level. But if 6 a.m. workouts aren't your thing, we do have over 35 club sport options where you can still compete at a competitive level, but still kind of have time to do homework and things like that. So a lot of ways to get involved. We do have over 175 different clubs and organizations that you can kind of be a part of. And they range from everywhere from belly dancing to Quidditch, a cappella groups, service organizations, religious affiliated groups, Greek life, and everything in between that you can think of. We also encourage our students to actually create their own groups in case, one of those 175 aren't big or aren't something that you're interested in. You can grab 8 friends and a faculty advisor and actually start your own club and leave your own mark on Longwood's campus, which is super exciting. So we really push citizen leaders and we want students to be able to feel like they have their home and they have a voice here at Longwood. These are some of the admissions criteria that we've been looking at. We are test optional for fall 2022, as we were also for fall 2021. In light of everything going on in the world, we understand that not everybody was able to take that test. So we do not want that to be a stumbling block for anybody. While we're still taking applications for fall 2021, if you're a junior, we're really looking forward to fall 2022. I always like to highlight that we typically have events. We actually are still currently having events on campus in smaller groups, maintaining state guidelines and health regulations and things like that. So I definitely recommend you come visit campus. These are some of our deadlines moving forward. Nursing is very specifically early decision and early action. So the latest you can apply to nursing is December 1st, but we do have a binding option for November 1. December 1 is actually our priority deadline for all other majors. And then we do rolling admissions after that. So if you are a junior, we do have an event called Lancer Summer Decision Days, where you can actually come to campus this summer after you've completed your junior year, and you can receive your decision right after you get a tour, which is super exciting. You kind of start, the new year knowing that you've been admitted somewhere, which is wonderful. I will say that nursing students aren't able to apply since they do have a separate review process, but it's definitely a great way to see campus and find out your decision early. It is a very simple process. We have 2 versions of the application, one that is homegrown on our website, as well as one through the Common App. So it's super easy. If you're using it to apply to some of these other schools, I would say definitely utilize that and just add it on. But we make it very easy. All we need is your high school transcript, and it can be unofficial. So you don't need to bug your guidance counselor or school counselor to send those in. You can actually take one that you received at the end of junior year, screenshots from Power School, whatever you need to do. And we are test optional, which is exciting. So we don't need those test scores if you do not want to send them or if you do not have them. So for nursing, we do have some additional requirements. We do require a nursing essay, as well as if you choose to do early decision, we have a form that you fill out to make sure that you understand all of the rules and regulations that go with that early decision binding option. Nursing is test optional as well, or has a test waiver option. But if you're able to take that test, they do recommend doing that, which is pretty cool. As for cost breakdown, since we are a Virginia public school, our cost is a little different for in-state versus out-of-state. You can see those 2 numbers. Those were the estimated tuition and fees for this current year, so it could change a little bit. But that's for the entire year, no financial aid or anything like that. So that's the scary sticker price that we like to show you. But I believe it's over 70% of our students do receive some sort of aid. And I believe the average amount of aid is about $11,000. So these are some of the scholarships that we have specifically through the institution that you're able to get. You don't have to apply separately for them. It is just strictly based upon that GPA. These are the ranges for this year. They could change a little bit. And like I did mention, that STEM program we have coming up is something that we're really excited about, that we want to tell everybody that's applying to those programs that there's additional money. So I know this was pretty quick. So I do have all the contact information for our institution up here. We make it pretty easy to get in contact with us. Call us, text us, email us, whatever works. And like I did say, we do have in-person events going on currently. So through May 1, we have in-person and virtual options available. And then we will actually start to post some of our summer events coming up soon.
Thank you very much, Longwood. And we want to thank all of our panelists for their great school overviews. We do have some time remaining. So attendees, if you have any questions for our panelists, please do feel free to submit those through the chat while we're waiting, through the Q&A. While we're waiting to see what questions come in, We can do a round of questions here ourselves. I would pose the following question to you. Leave it kind of open. What's one thing you did not have time to present on that you'd like to quickly cover? Maybe that's your favorite event or tradition on campus, a fun fact about your school, or just something else you'd like to share about your institution. So we'll go in that same order, starting with Emerson.
So I was remiss because I accidentally removed the slide. So I just want to quickly say we are test optional as well, because I know a lot of folks are wondering about that. But the thing that I wanted to touch on is that we actually have 2 other campuses outside of Boston. One is in the Netherlands. It's a literal castle, so you can actually study abroad at a 14th century castle for a semester. Or the third one is in Los Angeles, and we send our students out there to do an internship for a semester senior year. A lot of our students are interested in going into entertainment industry or some of the jobs that are available out west, so you can finish up your Emerson career in LA after having studied in Boston and or a castle. So that would be my one piece of information.
Great, thank you. Bloomsburg.
So we have in-person visits also, but based on Pennsylvania Department of Health guidance, we hope to fully reopen our campus in the summer, but it's all dependent on the pandemic, of course. So definitely you can visit our campus at this time, and I just want to keep it simple with that. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Brock.
Awesome, thanks. So I did want to just kind of give a little bit more information about our experiential education. So I did mention that we do have over 40 different co-op programs. All of our co-op programs are paid. So on average, our students make between $20 and $25 per hour, and they do work full-time for 12 months throughout a 4-year degree. So then when you graduate, you not only have your education, but you also have work experience. You've been able to network and build up your resume as well. So it's a really great opportunity. And if you're interested in applying to a co-op program, make sure on the application that you actually apply to the specific co-op designated program, because all co-op programs also have a non-co-op option as well.
Great, thank you. Salve.
Yeah, one thing I always wish I had time to share is that our undergraduates actually live in some of the historic buildings on our campus. We have over a dozen sophomore and junior historic homes that our students are able to live in. They're all in the same neighborhood. All of them are within a few blocks of the cliff walk and the ocean. But it's a really wonderful experience for undergrads to be living in buildings that they can actually look up in textbooks and actually read about the history of, and especially for our historical preservation and architecture students, to really be living in buildings that they're studying about is a really unique opportunity, and one that's one of a kind.
Great, thank you. Kenyon.
Yeah, so one tradition that we have on campus is that we have Pierce Giving, which is in our dining hall. And so Pierce is actually designed, it looks very Hogwarts-esque. And so the dark wood panelings, the dark wooden tables. And so it's just an amazing feast that the dining hall puts on. And some students will dress up like some of the characters. That is not required, but that certainly is just like a really fun tradition during Thanksgiving time.
Great, thank you. And Longwood.
One of the things I always like to highlight is that we also have an emphasis on hands-on learning. So actually 100% of our students complete some sort of internship, study abroad, or research opportunity along with a professor or something like that. So you really do graduate kind of having that experience, which is something that we really like.
Great, thank you very much. I want to thank again all the panelists for spending some time with us this evening, share information about your schools and a few additional insights there. It's much appreciated. But more importantly, we certainly want to thank all of our attendees for joining us. Thank you for taking some time this evening. Just a few quick items before we do end the session. When you close your window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask that you take a minute to complete. We also, again, want to remind you that a recording of the session will be available about 1 week from today on the same site where you registered for this session. But thank you again to everybody and to attendees. Good luck in your college search. Have a great evening.